Hello Cancer, and welcome to the Green Woman Tarot. This is a reading for you for the first half of February 2020. So that's from the 1st to the 14th of February, or the 15th of February thereabouts, and it's a general reading just to see what sort of energies are around you at this time, to see what's on the cards for you. But before we delve into the tarot reading, I need to consult the oracle, and this is the Compendium of Witches Oracle that I'm using today to draw a couple of cards just to start your reading off with. So let's see what words of wisdom the mysterious oracle has for Cancer for the first half of February 2021. What messages are here for Cancer for the first half of February 2021? What does Cancer need to know? Let me just span that out, and let's take that one and that one. And let's see what you get. You have goat. Sure-footedness sort of indicates that perhaps you've got something to, like a mountain to climb. You've got something to, an obstacle to scale. But you with dedicated work, sure-footedness, you'll get there. You're able to achieve what you're wanting to achieve. Even a bit of stubbornness, you know. And then you've got the listener, which talks of not just hearing things, but actively listening, looking for the signs, seeing the writing on the wall, being in tune with what's around you, sort of being alert and aware. So there you have, you know, a dedicated focus to something and preparedness to work really hard at something. And being actively listening, being alert, listening rather than just observing on, you know, on a surface level, looking deep, taking in, reading between the lines. So you've got the listener and the goat. So it's all speaks a lot about being attentive to something and really putting your heart and soul into something. But let's see where the rest of the reading goes. And you have what is on the cards for Cancer for the first half of February 2021. What messages are here for Cancer for the first half of February? What does Cancer need to know? So this is the Dame Darcy's Mermaid Tarot that I'm using for you today. And I'll draw 8 cards here for you, and the first 2 cards will depict you where you are now, your current situation, and then the second 2 cards highlight the challenges that you may face, the prevalent energies, what's on top of you. And then the next 2 cards will offer some guidance from divine energies, and then the last 2 cards, will depict your possible outcome. So you start off here. Sorry about the cat in the way, but she'll jump off here. You've got the sun. Let's move over a bit. Yeah, just mind your tail, Brocket. Yeah. You've got the sun and the moon. You've got the sun and the moon where you are now, so that's interesting. And then you've got the Two of Swords and the Knight of Swords in your challenge row. And then Justice and Temperance in your guidance row. And that's interesting. Look how many major arcanas you've got already. Then your next two cards is the Two of Wands and the Queen of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck, you've got the Seven of Swords, the card of secrecy, holding your it's about keeping your cards close to your chest, about using creative solutions to what may be a difficult problem. It sort of also indicates that, you know, there may be a need for keeping something under the wraps, keeping quiet about something, not being too open. And, you know, for some of you, it may indicate that this is what you need to listen out for. This is what you need to be aware of. This may be why you need to read between the lines, listen carefully, be attentive. But where you are now, there's a burst of joy, energy. You know, there's great potential here for success. There's a sense of enjoyment and the great possibility for growth and success, but it's kind of like underlined by uncertainty. The moon is all about what's hidden beneath the surface, and again, you know, this is why the listener card, oracle card, is here. Things that have been hidden may well be coming up to the surface. So you might be realizing things that you've not noticed. You've been busy in a practical and you know, you've been sort of may have been dazzled by something and enjoying a very bright and playful time, but something from under the surface is emerging now. And, you know, there's a sense of trepidation as you move forward in an uncertain time. So it's a bit of a juxtaposition here. And, you know, you've got the Temperance card there, which will tie into that in a minute. But I'll go on here. Your Two of Swords suggests your challenges now. There's a truth coming out. And again, you know, you've got the Seven of Swords. This is a card of deceit. This is your challenges to go on a quest. The Knights are questing cards, so it's, you know, finding the truth, demanding the truth, going on a quest for the truth, and perhaps this is the revelation that's sort of emerging now. The truth, yeah, it's, you know, it's about the thing with the Knight of Swords. He's he may be a little bit sort of justified or self-righteous, but his aim, his quest is for the truth. And he sort of, he charges forward for it with, you know, very bravely and without thought of how abrasive that truth may be. It's interesting, there's the sun as well, sort of like in amidst that joy and happiness is this emergence of the truth, and sort of it may be difficult to face, and it may even bring you to a choice. The Two of Swords sits there at an impasse, a fork in the road, and she's not sure which way to go. And that's because she's not seeing all the whole picture. She's blindfolded. Don't know if you can see her blindfold there. She's blindfolded, and that sort of indicates that she's not seeing what's obvious. Again, you've got to sort of like really be alert and bring it out. And of course, the moon is there sort of indicating that she needs to tap into her intuition. So it really connects beautifully with the card that it's above. So it's sort of like bringing up what's beneath the surface, what you may already intuitively know, and that brings you to a decision. And, you know, the act of deciding, or the decision you make, may be difficult in some ways. The brute truth of it, the honesty of it, may be abrasive and may be difficult to face. And then you've got two cards about balance here. And when you look at the sun and moon next together, that's like two opposites needing to balance out. Whatever this difficult truth is, or this deception is, the Justice card indicates that you need to approach it with measured thought. You know, use your integrity and your wisdom in order to make clear and unbiased decisions. And so it suggests that whatever you do decide, that it's going to stay with you, it'll be with you for some time, it will have consequences. And you know, there's a little pearl there, the pearl of wisdom. You know, you need to use your experience to help you make a wise and measured choice, decision. And there's the listener as well. You know, this is all about really not just making frivolous decisions. This is a careful decision that needs to be made because it has consequences. The results of that decision will be with you for some time. And temperance urges, you know, like a set need for a balance and the alignment of two opposite energies in order to make something that you wouldn't believe you could make, something quite magical. And of course there's that other element of temperaments is, you know, measured, being measured, you know, tempering emotions in order to make non-biased and clear-headed decision. Temperance also sort of indicates a renewed sense of hope and looking towards the future as well. And there you have where it takes you to another decision, or, you know, making a choice and having a sense that you can begin to expand things now. You know, having thought about this, having listened carefully, you're then preparing to branch out and sort of begin this endeavour. And it sort of shows that things open up for you. This is someone with the world in the palm of his hand. So opportunities are there for you to harness and to take forward. And, you know, that forward motion with it brings growth, renewed growth and possibilities. This is quite an entrepreneurial sort of spirit. It's branching out, stepping out, making a choice, choosing which door you're going to go through, and then taking the action. And where does it take you? It takes you to continued growth in a creative way, a sense of adventure, stepping into your light. The Queen of Wands is very charismatic. Her energy is very charming. She's adventurous and outdoorsy. Really, sort of, it shows you really taking on challenges and seeing them as exciting new adventures, and that sort of fits with the goat, just going with it. And that sun comes out again for you. So it's quite interesting energies. Initially there's the chance for success, and it shows that you can get there. And once again bask in the success of your endeavour. But there's a bit of a difficulty that you've got to go through first. And as I mentioned when I first pulled out the goat, there's facing a challenge, but you can do it. If you go sure-footedly and carefully through it, you'll be able to do it. And it seems that challenge seems to be in the form of making a decision, and that decision is linked with truth and honesty. So there you have it, Cancer. I hope you enjoyed your reading and that it resonates with you. And if so, please remember to hit the like, share and subscribe buttons, and enjoy the first half of this month. And God bless you till we meet again.